street fights. I'll talk about street fights. So I've only lost one fight, which was my first fight ever. And I think I told the story on one or another live, but it was like every fucking high school fight is not about anything. Like when you're in high school, you don't walk in and find some guy fucking your wife and then go fisticuffs. It's like, oh, you took my stapler, or like you fucking like wrote my girlfriend a note in pottery class, even though she's not really my girlfriend, and I just said hi to her once. Like that's what you fight over in high school. So the kid, like, I think I like gave his brother an Indian burn, and we like met in the quad and were yelling at each other. He told me to meet him at China Wall, which is this cliff that I've jumped in an old video. I jumped it in like the I think my friend is gay video from last summer. We fought up there, and he was this Mormon kid. And I still maintain to this day that it was bullshit, because there was a Mormon temple that's on the horizon, and you can see the fucking spire that comes up over the trees, and he fucking picked the location. So I think it was like Achilles back on the ancient battlefield would raise his sword and his troops would get like a morale boost. This fucker had the morale his way the entire time, so I had no shot. But we were like the worst style of fighting. Like we were just exchanging punches directly to each other's skull, like just hitting each other in the fucking head. Like I would hit him in the jaw, he would spin around, he would hit me square in the eye, and my head would snap back. We did probably irrevocable brain damage to each other. And then like at one point he hit me fucking right in the face and dropped me on my fucking ass like a flash knockout. I wasn't out, but I fell to my butt and I was stunned, and I was like, all right, I'm done. And then I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu after that. And then I would get in fights in college a lot because I just hated my life in college. I hated everybody. All these like white collar fucking like I'm applying to Stanford Med, so I had to fucking go contribute to this homeless foundation and like, all that. I hated everything. So I was gonna drink this, but I think I spit in it earlier. So I hated everybody, and I'd go out and just get blacked out drunk. And this Indian kid I was friends with, this degenerate Indian kid who I think hated himself too. We would just stand out on street corners at night, getting blacked out drunk together, and just talking shit to everybody who walked by. It didn't matter who they were, how big their group was, because UCLA, everybody's a little pencil neck pussy, and I knew we'd be able to take them. It was two guys. We squared off, me versus one, and the Indian kid versus the other. And then my guy, I took him down. We locked up, like standing up. I took him down. I threw a punch and just KO'd him immediately, and he was just out. But before, like, and this was in with like probably 15 seconds. But then within that window, I hear all of a sudden, "Daddy!" I look over, my buddy is just on his back getting the shit beaten out of him. The other kid is just wailing away on the Indian kid. So I ran over, and I didn't want to hit my own buddy in the face, so I just started dropping elbows on the kid who was beating him up's spinal cord, thinking that would do damage. And then my guy, who I knocked out, like came to and ran over and like jumped on my back. So I had to shed him off. But then at that, I already answered how big my cock is. Dude, I already talked about my cock in detail. But so I shed the guy off my back, and then for some reason, my buddy, he gets up. I don't remember how he was able to free himself. But by that time, a huge crowd had formed, and we were just like, oh, okay, fuck, now we better leave before there are consequences to this whole thing. And we just ran off into the darkness. So those are the kind of fights I used to have in college. I've probably been in like, I don't know, I've probably been in like 12 scuffles, but about 6 fights where it was like one-on-one, you and me are going to fight until one of us falls over.